The New York Giants will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football if. That's what we're going to figure out on today's show. I know this, though. If we get to 5,000 likes on today's video, it is mathematically and scientifically guaranteed. A Marsh G guarantee. If we get to 5,000 likes on today's show, we're going to beat the Steelers on Monday Night Football. Ball's in your court. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and the New York Giants will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football if Dexter Lawrence wrecks the game. Dexter Lawrence is putting together a defensive MVP type of season, and he's doing that against some of the best centers in the National Football League. But on Monday night, under the lights, against the Steelers, he will be going up against a backup center for Pittsburgh, Ryan McCollum. Sexy Dexy beats starters. Sexy Dexy beats double teams with starters. You're going to throw Ryan McCollum out there, a backup center for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who has a PFF grade this year of 48.2 in pass blocking and 48.3 in run blocking. The New York Giants need Dexter Lawrence to, and look, I'm not sure the Giants can ask any more of Sexy Dexy. But if you could, and you need him to win, you need your best players to be the best players, and you need your best player to be the best player in the football game. He's been unreal this year. 24 tackles, 7 tackles for loss. As a nose tackle, he has 9 sacks on the season, the number 1 most sacks of any player in the National Football League this year. He's got 29 pressures from that nose tackle position, and he's got 16 hurries. This guy is doing everything he can, and it's not just going to be him that helps you win this game. It's got to be the entire pass rush. You need a big game out of Sexy Dexy. You also need Brian Burns to be able to work some of the young tackles for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You also need Azeez Ojulari when he has an opportunity on 3rd and long to pin his ears back and get after Russell Wilson. Wilson doesn't move like he used to in the pocket. You can get after him. He wants to take shots downfield. He's going to hold on to the ball. If 0, 97, 51 all have their collective best game of the season, I think the Giants can win this football game. I also think the Giants will beat the Steelers if we get introduced to prime time neighbors. We haven't seen Malik Neighbors on Sunday Night Football. We haven't seen Malik Neighbors on Monday Night Football. And big-time players make big-time plays in big-time ball games. And I believe that Malik Neighbors is a big-time player. But more importantly, the Pittsburgh Steelers' pass defense is the weakest part of their defense. The Steelers have the 22nd ranked pass defense in the National Football League. They are giving up 217.3 passing yards per game. And their corners aren't all that talented. And I know they have Joey Porter Jr., but I believe Malik Neighbors should be able to get the best of Joey Porter Jr. And I do expect Porter Jr. to travel and go after and try to cover Malik Neighbors. I'm just not so sure that that should or will work out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The New York Giants need to go out and target Neighbors early and often. This offense was explosive when they put the ball in the hands of Malik Neighbors. What happened in Cleveland when they were explosive? They threw the ball to Neighbors downfield. What happened in the other games that they had an explosive offense? They threw the ball to Malik Neighbors. And I'm not saying it's got to go back to an offense of Malik Neighbors or bust. Not at all. But I want to see him a little bit more involved than what we saw this past Sunday where he had like 4 catches for 45 yards. I understand that your quarterback's going to need time. And another key to victory is you need Josh Azudu and Jermaine Eluemunor to have 2 of their better games. TJ Watt exclusively lines up on that right side. So we're going to see good on great in Watt versus Eluemunor. So it all kind of works together. You want Neighbors to have a big game. You need the offensive line to protect. And you also need Daniel Jones to show up on primetime football. He's 1-15 on games that are not on Monday or not on Sunday. No, he's 0-15. He's never won on Thursday night. He's never won on Monday night. Can he get his first primetime win? early and often. I want to see Malik Neighbors a part of this game plan. On the other side of the ball, stopping the run on first and second down is going to be critical. With this new type of offense that the Pittsburgh Steelers want to run as they've transitioned from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson is to establish the run game, play action, and bombs away for Russell Wilson to throw contested deep balls to guys like George Pickens. If you watch Sunday Night Football, if you haven't, go watch a little rerun or a condensed game. The Steelers want to run, beat you deep. Run, beat you deep. So stop the run on first and second down and have Russell Wilson try to operate in third and longs when you can ask Lawrence to pin his ears back, when you can ask Ojulari and Burns to get after the quarterback. What's crazy is this Giants run defense has been good, but they've allowed a lot of explosive runs. If you remove the explosive runs, which is very nitpicky of the stats, it's one of the best run defenses in the NFL. But the Giants have allowed 8 runs of 30 or more yards, the most in the NFL. The next closest team has 5. 2 of those runs have come to quarterbacks. 1 to Joe Burrow, 1 to Geno Smith. Russell Wilson's not going to beat you with his legs, but you need to account for it. And also, whether it's Najee Harris or any of the running backs that the Pittsburgh Steelers have, limit their yards after contact. They run hard and try to stack the box on early downs. Also this, 63.9% of the rushing yards allowed by the Giants this year have come on runs of 10 or more yards, the highest rate in the league. You can gash this Giants defense with the run game. I need 58 to step up. I need 41 to step up. I want to see 31 come down in the box and hit somebody. We saw him do it in the preseason. We haven't seen him do it too much. 31 needs to be a better player in stopping the runs and containing the outside angle and the outside pursuit. I thought he's been paused, sucked in a couple of times, and a couple of big runs for Saquon Barkley emerged after that. It's got to be a team effort, though. You can't allow this running game for Pittsburgh to be explosive. If you do, you are going to be cooked. The ideal plan is this. Stuff the run on first and second down. Make Russ work on 3rd and 7 beyond. Bring the pressure and make him move around. Make him throw in the face of pressure. Because what is he going to do? He's going to throw jump balls to George Pickens. It's a lot harder to do that when you're off your back foot or you're being hit as you're thrown. So stop the early downs. It's an early run game for the Steelers, and I think you'll put yourself in a spot to be successful on 3rd downs. And on those 3rd downs, Deonte Banks better come to play. Because if Deonte Banks doesn't bring a game where he's locked in with energy, effort, technique, and skill, you are going to be on every highlight reel, every recap Tuesday morning of George Pickens head-topping you. Because he has emerged, in my opinion, as the best 50-50 contested catch guy in the NFL. It's more like a 65-35 ball when you throw it up to Pickens. But you also need your good guy to be good like the Steelers are counting their guy to be good. Deonte Banks needs to show up. He's had some good moments this year. He's relatively been tight in coverage, but his weakness has been at the catch point. And this guy's great at the catch point. It's a big week for Deonte Banks. A lot of people are coming at his neck. Dexter Lawrence was asked about the lack of effort that Deonte Banks showed in the game last week where he led up and did not try to tackle the opposing team's quarterback. Dexter Lawrence pretty much said that's unacceptable. We've talked to him. We've addressed it. It shouldn't happen going forward. We've told him once. I expect him to play motivated. I expect him to play with a chip on his shoulder. I expect him to have his best game of the season. Because if you're going to give me piss poor effort and you don't respond with a great game, I don't know. Russ wants to throw 50-50 balls. That's where Deonte Banks struggles. You need him to be strong at the catch point. You need him to turn around. We know Russell Wilson wants to throw those moon balls over the top. He wants to put it on the top shelf and put it in a spot where only his guy can get it. So when you identify that the ball is in the air, Deonte Banks, don't just play the man. Get your head around, play through the hands, and play physical football at the catch point. Because George Pickens, he's going to be there. And you're going to have to outmuscle him. And if the ball is up for grabs, go claim it. Because it's anybody's when it is. My question to you is this. Who do you got? Who's going to win the football game on Monday Night Football? The New York Football Giants? The Pittsburgh Steelers? I believe the Giants do those four things. I believe if Dexter Lawrence and the pass rush dominate. I believe if you can stop the runs on first and second down. Deontay Banks shows up and Malik Neighbors takes over this game and makes the storyline how good Malik Neighbors is Tuesday morning. The New York Giants will win. What say you? Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there and let's go Big Blue.